Today's day 7 of OC-tober! Today's prompt was home, so I made a floor plan. This floor plan specifically Cobalt and Laurier's apartment. I always knew what I'd want in their apartment and the theoretical layout, but drawing it out made it a lot more physical. I had to swap some things around for it to make sense. Like, Cobalt's bed was originally going to be on the opposite wall, and they're missing a silly little circular table. I thought about putting one in there, but there's no good spot to put one, so now they have a bar counter situation. And why they have 3 balconies? It's because they live in a corner space. I like to think that because their apartment's really big, that their apartment complex in general is just a lot of apartments in this size in 4 separate corners. But I don't know, I've never lived in one, nor I've ever been to one. So maybe this is an above average space. I think the biggest issue in writing out not only how they met, but how they lived together is that Laurier is not Cobalt's legal child. Laurier really just said, "Yo, old man, let me dish this venue and my dad, and please let me live with you. You can kick me out, you can let me live on the street, but please get me out of here, specifically, right now." And Cobalt just went, "Sure," and started taking pity. Cobalt's breaking like a billion laws by having this freak in his house. And you'd think the police in this world would look for him, and yeah, definitely. Can't have money like that up and walking away. I like to think that because Laurier was homeschooled and simply never really known outside of his former job, they're kinda able to weasel their way out of law enforcement for the fact that he basically dished his entire past life. Plus, I'm sure Cobalt can just register lore under the guise of some homeless kid he found without an ID for almost 15% of his life. Could you tell I had to read so much law stuff about arbitrary topics so that I wouldn't have to write a whole police arc? Yeah, I think writing Untitled Project has been a think piece in the sense that I've had to think about things that otherwise would not have been a thought, like how animal people should wear headphones or how pants would work. It's so specific, yet makes it feel so grounded when you do it correctly. And I know you could just say, oh, just make some animal people without having to think so hard. So many other stories do it. And that's the issue. It's supposed to be a more modern Earth, and I can't just half-ass it because there's gonna be random plot holes or retcons, and I don't want those. I just want to cover my bases so I don't get stuck in a plot hole I can't bullshit my way out of. I want them to be real and feel real, so I need to follow traditional human rules before I add animalistic twists to it. Just because it feels unnatural to me as a writer. Anyway, I'm running on a tangent. Maybe one day I'll go over how planning story stuff has gone for me and how I go about it, but that's a story for another time. That's been all for today. See you tomorrow for day 8. Cha-cha-chung!